As the summer heat scorches the town of Port Charles, a storm brews that promises to unravel families, destroy loyalties, and end lives. At the center of this emotional inferno stand Curtis Ashford, Nina Reeves, and Willow Corinthos, each caught in a mother-daughter war spiraling toward tragedy. This is not just another dramatic week on General Hospital. This is the week everything changes. Curtis Ashford once promised to be a man Nina Reeves could rely on. After helping her uncover the truth about Willow being her biological daughter and supporting her through her falling out with Willow and Michael, Curtis became her anchor. But with his mobility returned and new truths haunting him, Curtis begins to question everything. And then came the proposal from Valentine Cassadine. Valentine approached Curtis with a cold offer: help him destabilize Nina's control of Crimson and remove her from Yelku's future plans, under the pretense of protecting Charlotte from future scandal and drama. Curtis initially balked, but Valentine twisted the knife with a revelation. Nina had lied to him about Drew's capture in Greenland and her knowledge of what happened to Jason. Curtis was blindsided. You want loyalty from people, Nina, but you hoard secrets like a Cassadine, he murmured one night as he looked at an old photo of them smiling. Willow Corinthos had tried, really tried, to forgive Nina. After the bone marrow transplant, after the truth about her parentage came out, and after the war that followed, she still hoped reconciliation might be possible. But Nina never stopped meddling. From buying wildly extravagant gifts without permission, to interfering in Michael's business dealings under the guise of maternal protection, Nina continued pushing boundaries. The final straw came when Willow discovered Nina had been secretly funding a private investigator to follow Michael. What were you hoping to find, Nina? Willow demanded in a scene filled with heartbreak and rage. Proof that he's not good enough for you. Nina snapped, not realizing Michael had stepped into the room behind them. Michael's face turned pale. You're done, Nina. But Willow wasn't finished. I tried to be your daughter. I wanted to forgive you. But you keep choosing control over love, Willow said, her voice cracking. You'll never get another chance. Curtis's betrayal didn't come in the form of blackmail or backstabbing, at least not right away. It began with silence. When Valentine began siphoning Crimson funds into dummy companies, Curtis looked the other way. When he received an anonymous document revealing Nina's involvement in Ava's kidnapping, a Cassadine stunt buried deep in past files, he quietly delivered it to Laura, not Nina. It was Jordan who noticed first. You're distant, Curtis. You say it's about your spine, your recovery. But I know you, she said during a quiet moment at the Savoy. Curtis shook his head. Nina's not who I thought she was. She never was. Jordan frowned. So you're punishing her? Curtis looked away. I'm balancing the scales. When word reached Nina that Laura was investigating her for obstruction and conspiracy in Ava's kidnapping cover-up, her hands trembled as she reached for her phone. She called Curtis. He ignored it. That was the beginning of the end. Michael and Willow had planned a vow renewal. A small, intimate garden ceremony for Wiley and Amelia. But the week before the event, Willow collapsed at the Metro Court pool. Doctors scrambled. Labs showed her leukemia was not only back, it was worse than before. I don't understand, Carly whispered, tears in her eyes. She was doing better. Monica, trying to steady her voice, delivered the crushing blow. It's aggressive. It's attacking faster than before. We're running out of time. Nina tried to visit. Michael blocked her at the door. You did this, he hissed. You stressed her, hounded her, obsessed over her. You killed her. Willow begged to see Nina, but only once. It was a silent, raw confrontation. Willow too weak to yell, Nina too devastated to speak. Finally, Willow whispered, You were my biological mother. But Carly was the one who protected me. You just wanted me. Nina gasped. That's not true. Willow's eyes closed. Goodbye, Nina. She slipped into a coma hours later. Willow's death fractured Port Charles. Sonny, who had remained neutral for so long, finally turned on Nina. You pushed too hard. You lost her. And now Michael's coming for you. Carly, grieving deeply, made it personal. She begged you to stop. You just couldn't help yourself, Carly spat. You turned everything into war, and now she's dead. Valentine's operation kicked into high gear. With Willow gone, the public fallout from Nina's criminal past couldn't be contained. Crimson investors pulled out. Laura issued a public statement questioning Nina's mental health. Curtis refused to meet with her. Even Sasha, once her ally, turned cold. It's always about you, Nina. Even in death. The final blow came when Drew Kane, free from jail, returned with a vengeance. He brought receipts. Nina's involvement with Victor, her lies about Greenland, and her deal with Sidwell to trap Carly during the SEC scandal. Nina was publicly ruined. It was at Willow's memorial that Curtis's guilt overwhelmed him. He stood before her portrait at the Quartermain estate and whispered, "I let her die hating you, Nina. But you deserved it." Jordan heard him.
So, did Sonny.
Curtis didn't flinch. "I fed Valentine the files. I watched your empire fall. And I'd do it again." Nina's voice cut in from behind. "You never really loved me, did you?" Curtis faced her. "I loved the idea of you."
"But the real you?"
"You're poison." Tears streaming down her face, Nina slapped him. But the truth was out. Curtis Ashford had betrayed Nina Reeves, and no one was coming to her defense anymore. In the wake of Willow's death, Michael was numb. Wiley asked for his mother every night. Amelia refused to sleep unless held. Carly moved in to help, but nothing filled the void. At the reading of Willow's will, one item stood out. "I want my children to know love, not revenge." Michael was at a crossroads. He could destroy Nina, take Wiley away permanently, sue for damages, ruin her legally and financially. But instead, he chose a different path. He stood in court and announced, "I don't forgive Nina Reeves, but I won't let my grief destroy my children's future. This war ends today." The judge nodded. Visitation suspended indefinitely, but no lawsuit. No further press damage. Nina was allowed to fade into social exile. It was the ultimate punishment. Nina lost her daughter, her businesses, her relationships, and her sanity. She was last seen checking into a private facility, muttering to herself, "I just wanted to love her. I just wanted to be a mother." Only one person visited her, Maxie Jones. "She hated you because you didn't give her peace," Maxie said gently. "But maybe now, you'll learn how to give that to yourself." As summer ends, the Corinthos and Quartermain families try to move forward. Curtis steps down from the Savoy and vanishes, rumored to be working on a memoir. Carly takes over Wiley and Amelia's upbringing with Michael. Sasha creates a wellness center for grieving mothers, inspired by Willow's kindness. And a new face arrives in town, a young woman claiming to be Nellie Benson's half-sister. Port Charles gasps, because the past never dies. And in General Hospital, death is just the beginning. Nina's road to redemption? Or further descent into madness? Michael's next romantic chapter. Could it be Sasha again? The mystery woman connected to Nellie, danger or savior? Curtis's final confrontation, when Sonny finally learns everything. Carly's rising power as the true matriarch of Port Charles.
Stay tuned.
Because Port Charles has never been more explosive. And Willow's final breath has ignited a fire no one can put out.